Okay, so welcome to one of the great training sessions that has made a very big difference for a lot of prospectors. And that is really getting your prospecting environment set up so that you can, perform at the highest level possible. So, today we're going to talk about creating the ultimate prospecting environment. And, there's a lot of funny terms around this, kind of also talking about creating a prospecting shrine. So, maybe I think some of you understand what that means. It's, a place where we would maybe, where we worship. You've got the symbols, you've got the space, we do the meditations, all that type of stuff. But, instead of a shrine, it's our prospecting station. A lot of people call it, getting into the cockpit of, their fighter pilot jet. Or maybe for some of the ladies, it's getting into the driver's seat of a new Range Rover. How you get into the seat and it's just specifically designed for high performance, for comfort, for performance, right? And it's amazing. Well, why don't we create a prospecting environment that's designed for you to get in there and to be able to perform at the highest level possible? Focused, intensity, energy, right? Power. That's what this is all about. So let's take a look at some of the elements of the ultimate prospecting environment. Okay, so number one, let's take a look, is your scripts should be printed and they should be up in front of you at all times. Okay, that's number one. That's an important strategy. Now, I put in the note there, hanging at eye level. So, if you have your scripts, you want them up, because if you have them down, and let's say you're down. Now look, I have my hand in front of me like my scripts are down, and I'm talking like this, and I'm reading my script and it's down, and I'm reading it below me, and notice my energy goes down. Now I take the script and I put it up in front of me at eye level, and notice what's the difference right now. When I'm looking up and I'm presenting and I'm presenting upward, notice that the energy is a lot higher all of a sudden. So what we've learned over time of training thousands of prospectors is you can't have the scripts down in front of you. Notice I'm doing that. I'm looking down. You got to have the scripts up because you just sound so much more powerful. So also print your scripts out and put it into a font size that works well for you is also important. I know that just sounds simple, but if you just printed up the script and it's these tiny little words on this tiny page, you're not going to be able to read it. Get it to a font size, get into a color, get it up, get it at eye level so that you're speaking and you can look at it and present there. Now consider also getting a script book and creating your own, printing it out, creating a little binder with some notes, adding in some objection handlers, adding in some notes from all your role plays. Also consider creating a script board, which would be great so that you can pull it out and you can stick it up, and stick it into a prospecting station. So it's not, or for me, I have all my scripts up on my wall on my prospecting station, so I can stand up and I can look down on my screen and I look right over and there are all my scripts. So that's a powerful thing. So let's get your scripts set up. Now, everybody knows that you should have a great headset. Okay, I've got a headset that I recommend that's on my website at powerprospectors.com. And so it's got a pretty decent noise cancellation. And that is mandatory for all of us. And I hope that the technology continues to get better for the noise cancellation. So I'll keep you posted as things arrive. But for now, you got to have, I like a double over my ear, over both ears so it's comfortable. I like a noise cancellation. So if there's any noise in the periphery, people aren't hearing it as much. Right? And the better the noise cancellation, the better this thing goes. So make sure you have a great headset. It's really critically important. Okay? And one thing that I do love is if you have a good noise cancellation headset, well, then you can play some music in the background while you're prospecting. Just so you know, this is great. I play a little music in the background. I actually have a little affirmation CD. It's a little high energy CD. It's playing softly in the background because I've got a good headset. People can't hear it. And so then as I'm prospecting, I got a little groove. I'm dancing, I'm having fun, and at least kind of in between calls I can hear something. Right? With a good headset, I also do a lot of stretching and squats, and I kind of get some movement going just to keep my energy up. Okay, but your headset allows you to do all of that stuff. Really, really critical. Let's take a look at the next thing. Is have your goals, your affirmations hanging up so you can read them all day long. So if you came into my office right now, I've got a picture of, I got a couple cutouts that says, make 2015 your year. And I've got an image of Solana Beach, which is where I want to buy my next house. I got a little note that says, turn earning power into horsepower. I've got my goals up. I want to set 3 listing appointment. I want 3 listings sold. I want 3 buyer sales. I want 6 total closings. I want to go on 16 listing appointments, 6 listings taken. All of that is right up in my vision. My goals and dreams. Then I got my affirmations. They're right here too. So, I can read my affirmations. It says, you find a way to prospect every day. New contacts equals new contracts. When you simply speak to enough people about buying and selling, opportunities show up automatically. Right? Boom, right in front of my face. I've got my goals, I've got my affirmations, and they're just right there so I can just stay, inspired by them all day long. So imagine you've got, having maybe a board and it's got goals, it's got scripts, it's got affirmations. Boom, right up there in front of your face. So you have an environment that's inspiring. Right? Let's take a look at the next thing. A distraction-free environment. Critical. We got to remove all the distractions. Turning off maybe the Skype chats, because nonstop Skype chats all over the place, and I know a lot of you are in big groups, so you've got so many little Skype chats going that it just becomes a distraction. Turn your email off. This is a big one. Getting rid of the email so that we don't get those distractions popping in nonstop. Clean up the desk. Get rid of everything. Only inspiring, empowering things in your vision. Really helpful. No visual distractions. I remember today I had on my desk, as I was doing some coaching sessions, I had some notes for the virtual assistant prospecting training program. And the notes were in my vision as I was doing coaching sessions. That's not good. I had to get rid of those notes and put them over here and covered some other stuff because I didn't want visually to see those things because they would distract me mentally from being present and powerful to what I was doing. Very, very important. Okay, cell phones out of sight. Cell phones are our biggest distractions in basically life today. We all know that. But, it's really important. Get that cell phone out of the way, turn it upside down, turn it off, just so it's not there while you're prospecting. So distraction-free, critical. Now let's talk about the big one, which is standing versus sitting. So the benefits of standing are huge. Okay, this is a big deal. So a lot of you set up your desk, your station for sitting. And, and I don't know how you would do that, especially with, you guys prospecting through the night and adjusting your sleep schedule. I would have to stand just to keep my energy up. So let's figure out a way to get you standing, right? You get more body language when you're standing, so your body language is stronger. I'm standing right now, and you can tell the difference between when I'm standing giving the presentation versus when I'm sitting. So, for those of you, you might have already watched this week I think I was sitting for the asking additional questions video, okay, which I did last night. So I think I was sitting, and the energy, if you go back and listen to that, and the energy level that I had then versus I have now standing, it's just night and day. Okay, so much stronger. Okay, your focus is better when you're standing. You got stronger tonality, which is so important for all of us. We're quicker in response because we're higher energy. We're more responsive, right? And when we get to pace around, that just really ramps up the energy. When you got your headset on, you can be really into your presentation. You can be kind of pacing, closing. Maybe you got your script in your hand, and you're going through the presentation and you're closing. Yeah. See, standing. I was just pacing. I just was doing it right now, right? I don't know about you guys, but I love working out while I'm prospecting. Not little stuff, just little squats, kind of calf raises. Sometimes I do push-ups on my desk. Do some dips on my chair. I just do little things. The phone's ringing. I'm just waiting for the next response, right? I do some lunges. I do a little yoga stretch. Why not? It's fun. When you're standing, prospecting's so much better. Okay, when you're sitting, listen, it's like falling asleep. It requires a lot more coffee. You're slower speech, which is not good. You're slower response, less body language. So, as you can tell, we got to get you guys up. So, we've done everything, right? I know for our organization when I worked with the Mike Fair organization, everybody's desk was a stand-up desk. When I ran the prospecting school, it was a stand-up desk. The right height, by the way, is your desktop is right at your belly button. So if you're standing and it's right at your belly button, that's the right height. So, at my stand-up desk, it's a little bit lower than my belly button, so I had to, for my mouse, I actually had to get 3 books to put my mouse on, because now my mouse is at the perfect height. Okay, and then I raised I put a little box underneath my monitor, and that put it right at the right height. It's kind of right at that level. So, my station wasn't perfect, so I just made some adjustments to get it right to my belly button level. Okay, that's the perfect, comfortable level. Anyways, we also have done boxes, and we've done all kinds of weird stuff just to get ourselves into this position where we can stand. So get to it. Okay, next one, having inspiring quotes everywhere. Inspiring quotes everywhere. So what are your favorite quotes that inspire you, that motivate you, give you strength, give you power, that can control your mindset? Okay, what are some inspiring quotes? I've got a few right here just that I was just cutting out recently, and I've had inspiring quotes everywhere all my life, but one that I'm working on is the power of healthy conflict. And just a nice reminder, so I've got that up. Words of art. Success is one thing, impact is another. Right? Boom. One giant leap. Do you realize how close you are to being extraordinary? Right? Those are 3 little quotes that I have in my environment that are just, inspire me. Turn earning power into horsepower. Save like you mean it. Make 2015 your year. So I got quotes all over the place. Okay? Get some inspiring quotes in your space. Be super helpful. So imagine, here we are, we've got our prospecting station, and we've got our goals, our prospecting goals, right? I've got my prospecting goals: 30 contacts per day, 2 listing appointments per week, 2 new listings per month, 2 sales per month. Boom, those are my numbers goals. Then I got my life dreams. I've got my Solana Beach, reminder up of that's where I want to buy my house and move my family to. Got my affirmations up. I've got some great quotes up. I've got my scripts up. So in my vision, is just all this powerful information that's inspiring and pushing me into prospecting, kicking butt, doing a great job. So, do you got some work to do with your environment? Right? Can you raise up your space? Can you stand? Can you get some great things up in your environment? So, we've got some work to do here. So what can you do to make some improvements to your prospecting station? Let's make 1 or 2 this week, and then let's continue to upgrade it and improve it over time. Have an awesome day, and I look forward to talking to you on the next training session.